Hi there. So you're wondering, what is a third eye? So hang on a second. My PowerPoint here is... Oh, that's right. Okay. What is a third eye, you're wondering? And my name is Dira. I'm a spiritual teacher. Sorry about the mess up at the beginning of this. I'm doing it live. And I spent many years studying in India with the enlightened master and avatar Paramahamsa Nityananda. So third eye is this place between the eyebrows and just above the nose. You can see the wrinkle on my face there, where we access an area of the brain called the pineal gland. And so this third eye is access to our mystical, our intuition. I think you probably know what intuition is, but I'll give you a couple of examples. That is when the phone rings, and before you pick it up or even look at the label on it, you know who's calling. You have no idea logically who knocks on the door, but all of a sudden you have a knowing. You're with a friend when all of a sudden you have a good sense that it's not a good idea to drive the car right now, and you look out the window and there's a car crash outside. So that is intuition. And the third eye is the key to accessing intuition. So what I've done, having spent so much time in India, is found that there's incredible proof of third eye awakening. I know thousands of people now who have experienced rapidly increased intuition. I know people who can read while blindfolded. I know people who have an interest in mystical powers, and I know people who can move objects with their minds, and I can move objects with my mind, small ones, but very, very small ones, but still I can do it. And if you're interested in this topic, there's a video I highly recommend you watch. It's called The Girl with Superpowers. She explains so much about what's going on here. It's got 5 million views, and her name is Yogamata. I've been with her, I've tested her with doctors, and it's totally valid what she's doing with her third eye. So if you want to increase your access to intuition, increase your third eye, open your third eye, I highly recommend you check out what is your potential in this field, because really your potential is massive. And so what do you need to awaken your third eye? Well, what you need to start meditating for a start. If you're not already, go on YouTube and type in third eye meditations, and there's great third eye meditations. I have some as well, and Paramahamsa Yogananda has some as well. Sorry, Paramahamsa Nityananda. And also, I recommend you take a daily supplement. So there's a herbal supplement proven to help with third eye awakening, and it's called Third Eye Awakening. And really, it's essential support for transformation. So I recommend you take it daily. And this is the way it works. It comes and cleanses the guts, and the guts is the cause of all mental illness. I don't know if you know that, but Parkinson's, Alzheimer's start off in the intestinal tract and go from there. So it's antibacterial, antifungal. It increases blood flow to the brain, which then in turn cleanses the pineal gland and awakens the third eye. How does third eye awakening help the brain? Literally, we have the ability to create new neural pathways. When we do this, we access more of our perceptual abilities. That sense of who's at the door, who's on the phone, what's going to happen in the future. We also get neuroplasticity happening, which reshapes and restructures the brain, again, to access more perceptions. We also reverse the shrinkage the brain goes through stress. I don't know if you know it, but if you're stressed, your brain is shrinking. The more stressed, the more shrinkage, the less access you have to intuition. We also have increased calmness coming from the frontal lobe. So the calmer you are, the more you're able to access these perceptual abilities, the third eye. And in the pineal gland, it gets blocked with impurities and things like that, such as mercury, things that we've picked up through the food, through the environment, which clog it and block it. So it's essential to be cleaned out, because that is the essential functioning of the pineal gland of the third eye. In the hypothalamus, it improves memory. And then in the caudate nucleus, we have an increased intuition. And finally, in the brainstem, this is where it reduces our fight or flight. So as we reduce fight or flight, again, we access our perceptual abilities. as we reduce worry, stress, which all come from the brainstem, we access more and more of our third eye opening, third eye perceptual abilities. So what are the results? So literally your potential is to have a massively increased intuition. That in turn increases your IQ, increases your memory. You'll have the ability to remote view. All these third eye opening thing then lead to mystical powers, leads to the ability to blindfold read, to teleport. I have friends who teleport objects regularly, and the ability to move objects with the mind. So if this is something that fascinates you, which it does me, as you can tell, I highly recommend you check out my website, www.thirdeye.haritaki.org. Okay? So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hope it's been helpful. And please really go for it in terms of opening your third eye, because it is your potential. Okay? Thanks. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.